The man put a brand new $100 bill into the tea. Until the bill was completely soaked, he took it out with satisfaction, unfolded it and saw that the brand new bill immediately turned into an old bill. He immediately threw all the counterfeit bills into the tea, then hung them on the clothesline and used a hairdryer to dry them, because for the newly made counterfeit bills, old bills are less likely to attract attention than new bills. In order to test the quality of this batch of counterfeit bills, the two came to a nearby store. Farzi handed the money to the owner, but the owner frowned as soon as he took the money. Farzi panicked instantly. Sunny rushed forward immediately upon seeing this, pulling Farzi out of the store. The two took advantage of the chaotic street and fled into an alley. They didn't expect that their carefully crafted counterfeit banknotes would be so easily exposed. Sunny carefully studied the real banknotes. It turned out that they had done it wrong from the beginning. They found that the real banknotes in India were made of special cotton pulp paper, which was very different from ordinary wood pulp paper in feel. And this paper also had a unique crisp sound. And the color-changing ink on the banknotes. The color of the ink changed at different angles. The last thing was the anti-counterfeiting strip printed on the banknotes. If you want to make higher quality counterfeit banknotes, you must solve these problems. To make high-quality counterfeit banknotes, the words on the banknotes must be drawn manually, because the microfonts on the banknotes will show a more pattern even if the world's most sophisticated instruments are scanned. So the first draft of the banknotes must be drawn by hand, and then the engraving is reduced in proportion, and finally polished and chemically treated, so that a template for printing banknotes is completed. But because cotton pulp paper is strictly controlled by the Indian government, they can't buy it at all, so they can only look for a substitute paper with the same feel. Sunny looked through various magazines and papers, finally found a substitute with a similar texture. He put two pieces of paper together. Not only do they feel similar, even the thickness is very close. They just need to bleach the paper, print it on both sides separately, punch holes on the front and put a security strip, and finally glue it with glue, so that a perfect sandwich structure banknote is formed. Then Farzi mixed metallic paint and ink. The color change effect is the same as the real banknote. Then brush a layer of varnish on the paper to make the banknote crisp. The last step is to make the banknote old. This time the work is perfect. They come to the same store to test again. The two hold hands in advance just in case. Sunny nervously handed the money to the store owner. At this time he was very nervous, because if he failed again he would have no other way. But before he could react, there was change and a bottle of soda in his hand. Looking at the soda and change in his hand, the two were so surprised that they couldn't speak. Their counterfeit money was actually successful.